Well, hello, this is the Huggable, Lovable, Big Bear StarCraft 2, and I actually do have for you guys a TVP. Now, something I've been wanting to say for a while is that, if you go on my channel, it is fine to give me constructive criticism, even if that is constructive criticism that is a little bit harsh. I do appreciate that, but if you come on my page just to troll it, that really kind of frustrates me just a little bit, because that's really not helping any of us, and that's only getting everyone around you frustrated. Now, I know that as a troll, that is kind of what you're looking for, but I mean, please, guys, have the decency, stay off of my page. Go on someone else's. I don't really want you there, and especially because I don't know what you're trying to do out of me. I do not know if you're trying to like get me to get mad at you, because I will not do that on my channel. I will maintain that that level of professionalism that people like have come to expect of any decent caster. So, I mean, you guys can't really expect as trolls for me to, badmouth you or anything like that, because I will not do it. And I'll just kind of say, like, I'll just have to sit there and say thanks for your input. But I mean, of course, I'm frustrated, you're frustrated, so if you're a troll, just don't view my channel, or if you have nothing good to say about it that's not constructive criticism, because I'm fine with constructive criticism, maybe tips to make me better. That's what I really want to hear. I don't want to hear that I'm good, because obviously there's always something that someone can do better. But I mean, if you're coming on my page just to straight troll it, I really don't want that. So keep that in mind, all you green smelly trolls. Please do not view my channel any longer. Now, I did look up GGlasshadow's record on sc2ranks.com, and he is number 32 in the Grandmaster League for North America, I believe. I'm not entirely sure which one it was, but I know that he is 32. I did not have time to look up coLrsvp, but this is in fact the Z Cup, which I do not know what cup that is exactly, but I do know that this is a pretty big game because it is worth money. So these are not just friends playing a custom match. It is tournament play and is worth a lot of money. You can see this Marine here is actually going to kill this pro. Oh no, the probe will see it fast enough. If the probe had not seen it and he had put it here, for example, that probe would have died. But the probe is luckily going to get out, and the Marine is just going to chase that probe away. Will it? Yes, he will. And here comes the SCV here. The SCV is going to try to skirt around. I think this SCV is going to try to build some sort of bunker inside of the base, but no, I guess not. He's instead opting just to scout out the base and see what is going on, whereas GGlastshadow is actually going into a one-rack fast expand. I really like this as a Terran player because, this map is a bigger map. It does favor the macro game a little bit more. The only disadvantage of getting your expansion fast is that if he does Chrono Boost just straight Warp Gate technology, you can be in a little bit of trouble if he does in fact go for a delayed 4-gate. And it's really impossible to go for a normal 4-gate now because you can't really chrono boost out this as fast as you could before, so there is 20 extra seconds on that warp gate technology that wasn't really there before. Now coLrsvp is going to actually move out with one Zealot. Now I really like this playstyle by RSVP because that Zealot's going to put a little bit of pressure on him, on GGlastshadow, and if GGlastshadow had not in fact already built that bunker, he would have been in just a little bit of trouble. But you can see that he's going to have a Stalker and a Zealot out, and these Marines really should get inside of this bunker and just be safe and tidy inside of this thing, because in fact Protoss does not have bunker busters, because the Immortals are not out yet, which I consider are the bunker busters of the Protoss player, because they destroy bunkers so quickly. He's going to be putting the Marines on the top here. I do not know if I really agree with that. He really should just kind of be reinforcing this, because the Protoss player is in fact going to be putting a little bit more pressure on him, and actually no, decides to move back, so I was wrong there. Instead, he is in fact opting for that fast expansion. Very good choice by the Protoss player. And also going for a 1-gate robo, so he's going to be going for extremely fast Colossus tech, or extremely fast Immortals, something like that. I would guess Colossus tech, because he can see that Last Shadow is just going to be opting to bunker up here, play a really defensive game, kind of just macro up a lot, and opt to get a lot of Marines, it looks like. Looks like he's going 4 barracks, is full of Marines. Now this is good playstyle by Last Shadow until you have to start worrying about some sort of Colossus tech, because if he does get Colossus, these Marines will get roasted away like nothing. And you can see he actually hasn't even gotten a single Vespene Geyser, just now getting them up, so he is almost like the Spanishiwa of Terran, it looks like. Opting for extremely fast, or I mean extremely late gas, not fast obviously, because he has not gotten any yet. Now the Protoss player is in a little bit of trouble, especially because he did in fact opt for this robotics bay first opening, and this is a lot of Marines, so this pressure will in fact put these Stalkers and these Zealots at a little bit of a disadvantage, and the Stalkers can outrange the Marines, so if you have perfect micro, you can in fact do it. You can see he's going to be moving back his injured Stalkers and leaving the ones with full shields up front. But now here comes the engagement. The Zealot is going to melt away so very quickly. There's going to be a split, and all of these Stalkers here will have to be forced back up. There's going to be a lot of damage. 2 bunkers are in fact going down. This is a very, very good time. 2 probes going down, 3 probes, and now you can see this single Marine is actually trying to focus on a single Colossus or Stalker. I do not think that's going to work. This Zealot does in fact melt away before. No, he's actually staying alive. He really should be killing that Zealot. A lot of his Marines are in fact going down, but his bunkers may in fact finish, and if the bunkers do finish, it will spell trouble for the Protoss player. A lot of his probes go down. If you can see that these 2 bunkers are in fact finished, he really should focus down. The SCV is working him because now these Marines are in fact inside this bunker, and this will spell disaster for the Protoss player. This is going to be so hard for him to hold off. He only has 2 probes remaining. If you go to the workers killed tab, you can in fact see 12 workers were killed just in that engagement alone. So now the Terran player is going to be at a pretty hefty advantage. He's going to be trying to chrono boost out an Immortal as fast as he can possibly get it out, just so that he can in fact save this Nexus. Now this is a really good timing push. If I was a Terran player, I would copy this push, and now you can see he's transitioning into a lot of Marauders and a lot of Marines. He's going to be going for a Marine Marauder ball after that transition, and he's probably going to be getting down a factory, and as I said, there it is. Now if we go back over here, you can see he actually did pick off the Nexus, so he's going to be in a huge advantage. He's up in expansion, up like 20 workers. If we go to the unit counting station, you can see 39 to 29 worker count. So the worker count is heavily favoring the Terran player. I really think that he abused the fact that the Protoss player did in fact go for this robotics bay first type build, and now he's actually getting a warp gate, or I mean a warp prism. That is actually a very smart choice by the Protoss player, because if you're trapped in your base, what better way to get out of it than to just put pressure back on the opponent. He actually does have a supply depot back there. I don't really know why. Why not is what I say. Actually sending back his SCV, so he's just gonna have this wall off here for a while. Actually, he's opting to bust it while sending his warp prism around the back. So he's gonna bust this down, and at the same time, he is going to try. All 4 of these Marines will in fact go down as a side note, but then this warp prism back here will in fact actually drop a lot of the units back into the back of the Terran player's base, so we will lose a lot of them. The Protoss player is deciding to push out now, and he's going to be sending his Marines back, but I think that there's enough units here at the front to in fact defend from this warp prism play, but he is going to be opting for a 2-pronged attack, and I think he is going for an all-in base, because you can see he's going to have 4 gateways, so he's actually just going for an extremely delayed 4-gate, and he does have a lot of minerals and a lot of gas in fact saved up, so this push may do some damage, and he's going to really hope that this warp prism does not in fact get scouted. He's going to push the front here, and then he is going to drop in the back of the base. That is double timing, and he really needs to get a little bit higher of APM, actually pulling a lot of SCVs off the line. He might actually surround the Immortal. No, he does not. The Immortal barely gets away. Very lucky. He does kill a couple of workers here, and now the warp prism will in fact drop down in the mineral line, probably drop 4 or 5 Zealots. Let's see if the Terran player does in fact see it. The Terran player does not see it. He's actually stimming his units, and they're getting way out of position here. So there's going to be 4 Zealots warping into the back of the base, and they will be doing an immense amount of damage. And now the Terran player finally does see it, so he's going to be pushing back, but I do not think that it's enough, because you can see a lot of SCVs are in fact going down. This is really the damage that the Protoss player needed to do, but I think he needs to do a little bit more for this push to in fact be effective. Pushing back out now, but the Terran player has split off a perfect amount of units. Just enough units to defend this, and just enough units to defend the top. This is a very smart play by the Terran player, and I think this is all she wrote for the Protoss player, and he does GG out of this game. This is Big Bear StarCraft 2 bringing you guys another game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good today and a pleasant tomorrow.